Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. Today, I'm going to be starting an in-depth analysis into various elections that are happening this 2020 United States cycle. And I thought to start it off, we should do the 2020 United States Senate special election in the great state of Georgia. Now, special elections in the state of Georgia on a statewide level are much different than the regular election. So, if you know, in the state of Georgia, there are two elections this cycle: the regular one with incumbent David Perdue, and the special one with appointed incumbent Kelly Loeffler. So, without further ado, let's get into it. So, let's begin. How did we get to this point? So, on August 28, 2019, Johnny Isakson, the incumbent of the seat, resigned for the Senate effective December 23rd, 2019 due to his health. This will trigger a special election to fill the remainder of his term, which does last to 2022. On September 17, 2019, Georgia Governor Brian Kemp launched a website to invite Georgia citizens to submit their resume to be considered for appointment. President Donald Trump advocated for the appointment of Representative Doug Collins, which we'll get into later, but Kemp appointed Republican Kelly Loeffler to fill the seat until the 2020 special election. She took office on January 6, 2020, which was a couple months ago. I believe 6. Yeah, I believe June 6th will be 6 months since she took office. So it's different from a regular election. In the 2020 United States special election in Georgia will be in the great state of Georgia will be held on November 3rd, 2020, which is, as we all know, Election Day. The following Senator Johnny Isakson resignation effective December 31st, 2019, Governor Brian Kemp, which appointed Kelly Loeffler to serve Isaacson's replacement, effective January 6, 2020, until the special election. On November 3rd, 2020, per Georgia law, a special election general election will take place on the same day as regular scheduled United States election, which will be held by David Perdue. A primary election will not occur. Instead, all candidates, regardless of party, will be placed on the same ballot. Party labels will be printed on the ballot, and if no candidate receives a majority of the vote, which is 50%, or it has to be above 50%, will advance to a runoff election, which will then be held January 5th, 2021. So you probably see a special election in the state of Georgia is much different than a regular election. It's kind of like the California system. Like in California, they don't have primaries, they have jungle primaries, top 2 candidates, then go to the regular election, which will be held on Election Day. But as we look at the Republican candidates, there are only about 2 Republican candidates to be looking for: the incumbent appointed Kelly Loeffler and Doug Collins, who, if you remember, Donald Trump advocated for the appointment. Representative Doug Collins, which represents Georgia's 9th congressional district. And on the Democrat side, we got, I believe, a couple candidates. We got Matt Lieberman, Ed Traver, and Raph Warnock. Other candidates, we have the Libertarian Party, which nominated Brian Solowansky, and the Green Party, which nominated John Green Fortune. So this is the ballot we're going to be looking at for November 3rd, 2020. As you see, there are a lot of candidates, but the main you should focus on is Doug Collins, Kelly Loeffler, Matt Lieberman, Ed Traver, and Ralph Warnock. Those are going to be like your main candidates. So what do predictions put this as? Well, the Cook Political Report, Sabados Cristobal, Daily Kos, Politico, and Nisakin put as lean, while Inside Elections put as likely. Now, so as you see, the Republicans do have the advantage in the election. With the polling generated from Wikipedia, has the latest poll came out May 16th through 18th, sample size. It showed Doug Collins with 34%, Matt Lieberman with 14%, Kelly Loeffler, who is the incumbent, 12%, Ralph Warnock with 14%, and Ed Traver with 6%, with 12% undecided. That is the least out of all these polls we have. That shows that Doug Collins have the advantage in this. I do believe that the election will go into a runoff election on January 5th, 2021, which could decide the Senate on that day and not actually on election day. So this race is important. The poll after that has Doug Collins going against Kelly Loeffler. And then we have other polls that Matt Lieberman with Warnock, but consistency that they all have Doug Collins as being one of the top two candidates. Some has Kelly Loeffler being the other, Matt Lieberman, Ralph Warnock, not much Ed Traver or other, but this is interesting. So other polling sites, we got 538. Now, these civics polls, I do not agree with them. Here's why. Because Joe Biden will not be Donald Trump in the state of Georgia, even with high African American turnout, which we did see in 2018 against Stacey Abrams and Brian Kemp. The Republicans still won the seat. And Doug Collins, who is a very strong candidate, will probably be the Republican nominee against one of the Democrats. That's what I'm thinking. It could be Kelly Loeffler, but probably won't. But I could say guaranteed Doug Collins will be one of the top two nominees. Who will be the other one is up to decide. Personally, I think it would probably be Lieberman or Warnock. I don't know, but if I had to make a guess, I'm going to go with Warnock since he's leading in most of the polls. As you see, these polls do not agree with me because it has Jon Ossoff being David Perdue, and that's probably not going to happen, and Joe Warnock being Collins, Lieberman even with Collins, and huge numbers beating Kelly Loeffler. But this is a B2C pollster. Let's see if I change it to like about A to B. As Trump winning, this is May 1st, Perdue by 6, Collins by 17, but that's all together. See if there's anything with Collins going out against one of the candidates head on. Let me see. No, but I do not agree. If we look at Real Clear Politics, they have one poll, the University of Georgia, which was conducted in February and March. So this poll is kind of old, but it has Collins with a +2 spread. But if we look at past elections, starting with the presidential election in the state of Georgia, Donald Trump won the election by 53.3%, while Hillary Clinton got 45.6%, and Gary Johnson got 3.1%. The most populated county, which has Atlanta, is Fulton County, which Hillary Clinton did win by a lot. The second popular is Gwinnett, which Hillary Clinton won by 51 points, and then Cobb, where Hillary Clinton barely won, but Donald Trump still won this. It is a trend in blue states, but same year, this seat was up for re-election with Johnny Isakson. And you can see, if you look at the map, look down here and over here, look at what happens. They all go Republican. Like Johnny Isakson pretty won Gwinnett by like 4 points. He won Cobb by a lot. He won it by like 11 points, which is surprising. And he won Forsyth by 75 by a lot, like really a lot. So it shows you that most of the Republicans in the state of Georgia outperform Donald Trump. I do believe in the regular election, David Perdue would outperform Donald Trump, but this is a special election. It's not normal. So who I think I do believe at the end of the day, Doug Collins will be probably gets the most votes with Ralph Warnock in second, and a head-to-head matchup between the two. I do believe Doug Collins will win the seat. Characterizing the seat, I will have it as lean, but once we know Doug Collins is going to be the nominee, because everything could change if Kelly Loeffler wins too. I'll probably downgrade to a lean, but if Doug Collins is likely, if Kelly Loeffler is lean. So for now, I'm going to keep this seat as a lean. If we can go to, okay, this is not letting me to, but let's see. All right, let's see. Look at our current Senate. So we have this current Senate, as you see. Republicans have 2 senators from the state of Georgia. If we go to the Senate up for election this time, we go look at Senate. Well, let me just fill out the safe states, and like the states I think are gonna go. So I'm not gonna do like me. And Alaska, and we have Arizona. All right. So even with what I have, Republicans at 51-48. But what if Democrats get Maine? Then we have 50-49. We also have to consider what happens if Democrats gain Montana. Then we have 50-49, and Donald Trump was reelected. And if Republicans get Montana and Joe Biden was elected, it shows you how this special election could come down to determine the United States Senate. So I do believe all elections are important, but I do believe this one is more important than others. Like there are more important elections than this, like North Carolina, Colorado, Montana, Maine, maybe Michigan, Alabama, Kansas, Montana. But it shows you this election is important, and I do believe that the Republicans are going to win the seat. By how much, that is yet to be determined. So I want to say thank you for watching this video. Please like and subscribe. Comment if you wish. Comment if you have any suggestions for future videos. But I am happy to conclude my first in-depth video into why a state is going to go how it is, starting with the 2020 United States Senate special election in the great state of Georgia. So thank you for watching.